Ladies and gentlemen, today we are diving into a crucial topic that has profound implications for businesses across all sectors: business analysis in the digital and AI era. As we all know, the world is changing rapidly, and AI and ubiquitous computing are driving this transformation. This shift demands a level of precision, data-driven decision-making, and agility that only business analysis can provide. Business analysis is the process of enabling change in an organizational context by defining needs and recommending solutions that deliver value to stakeholders. Traditionally, we saw business analysis confined to a few industries like IT or finance, but that's no longer the case. In the digital age, every industry, from healthcare to retail, from manufacturing to media, needs a strong foundation in business analysis to survive and thrive. Why? Because computing is now everywhere. Almost every business function, from marketing to operations, is powered by technology. As AI and automation take over repetitive tasks, the role of the business analyst becomes even more critical. They act as the bridge between business needs and technology solutions, ensuring that the organization can adapt to changing markets, customer demands, and technological advancements. This brings us to the essential toolkit every business analyst must master. The tools and frameworks we will explore today are not just technical, they are strategic. They allow business analysts to map out processes, identify opportunities, mitigate risks, and guide teams through complex transformations. Whether you're working on a process optimization initiative, a digital transformation, or leading AI-driven projects, these tools form the baseline for delivering meaningful outcomes. Moreover, the importance of these tools is not limited to IT. Understanding process flows, data models, and decision-making frameworks is relevant whether you're in marketing, finance, operations, or any other business function. The ability to analyze data, model scenarios, and recommend actions is now a critical business skill. In fact, mastering these tools equips you to navigate the increasing complexity of modern enterprises, drive innovation, and enable resilience in an uncertain world. Let's also acknowledge the role of AI in business analysis. AI has become a significant asset for identifying patterns, automating routine analysis, and offering predictive insights. Yet, while AI can provide data, it is business analysts who interpret that data in context and connect it with business goals. That's why knowing these tools becomes even more important. They help us align AI-driven insights with actionable strategies. So, as we go through these 70 essential tools over the next few slides, keep in mind that these frameworks are practical, universally applicable, and, most importantly, they are necessary for navigating today's business landscape. Let us now explore the 7 categories or areas of our business analyst tools. Each classification represents a critical aspect of business analysis that equips professionals with the skills and methodologies needed to excel in their roles. Understanding these classifications will help you navigate the complex landscape of business analysis effectively. Let's start with process and workflow modeling tools. These tools allow business analysts to visualize, analyze, and improve processes within an organization. They help in identifying bottlenecks, inefficiencies, and areas for improvement. By mapping out workflows, organizations can streamline operations, enhance productivity, and ensure that processes align with strategic goals. Examples include their business process model, BPM, workflow diagrams, and swim lane diagrams. These tools are foundational for any analyst looking to optimize business operations. Now, let's talk about communication and requirements gathering tools. Clear communication is vital in business analysis, and these tools help facilitate effective dialogue between analysts and stakeholders. They ensure that requirements are accurately captured and understood. Techniques such as interviews, workshops, and surveys fall into this category. By mastering these tools, analysts can effectively gather insights and translate them into actionable requirements. Moving on to strategic analysis and decision-making frameworks. This classification encompasses various methodologies that guide analysts in making informed decisions. These frameworks help identify opportunities, assess risks, and formulate strategies. Notable examples include SWOT analysis, PESTLE analysis, and cost-benefit analysis. Utilizing these frameworks enables analysts to approach challenges systematically and develop strategies that are grounded in data and insights. Next, we have data and information modeling tools. In a data-driven world, the ability to effectively manage and analyze data is crucial. These tools help analysts define data structures, relationships, and flows within systems. They ensure that organizations have accurate and accessible data to support decision-making. Key tools in this category include entity relationship diagrams, ERD, logical data models, and data flow diagrams, DFD. Mastering these tools allows business analysts to maintain data integrity and support strategic initiatives. Now, let's focus on stakeholder and role analysis tools. Understanding stakeholder dynamics is crucial for any business analyst. These tools help identify key stakeholders, their interests, and their influence on projects. Effective stakeholder management ensures that projects meet expectations and gain the necessary support for success. Tools like stakeholder analysis matrices and RACI charts help clarify roles and responsibilities, fostering collaboration and alignment among teams. The sixth classification is system and technical modeling tools. These tools focus on designing and understanding the technical aspects of business systems. They help analysts visualize system interactions and dependencies, ensuring that solutions are technically sound. Examples include technical architecture models and state transition diagrams. These tools are essential for analysts working closely with IT teams to ensure that business needs align with technical capabilities. Finally, we arrive at organizational structure and strategy tools. This classification addresses the broader context in which business analysis operates. These tools help define organizational roles, relationships, and strategic priorities. Key examples include organizational charts and balanced scorecards. By understanding organizational structure and strategy, analysts can align their efforts with overarching business goals, ensuring that they contribute to the organization's success. In conclusion, mastering these 7 classifications of business analyst tools is essential for anyone looking to excel in the field of business analysis. Each area provides unique insights and methodologies that enhance decision-making, optimize processes, and drive strategic initiatives. As we continue our learning journey, I encourage you to explore each of these classifications in more detail and consider how you can apply them in your own work. Now, let's start by discussing the process and workflow modeling tools, the backbone of business analysis. These tools help us understand how work gets done, identify bottlenecks, and find opportunities to make processes more efficient. In essence, they allow us to visualize the workflow and optimize performance. Whether you're re-engineering a supply chain or refining internal workflows, these tools ensure that the processes we create are efficient, scalable, and aligned with business goals. The first tool on this list is the business process model. It is essentially a map of the flow of tasks within an organization. Think of it as a bird's eye view of how things move from one stage to another. By mapping out the process, we can identify areas where we can improve efficiency, cut costs, or enhance quality. A business process model is essential in any transformation effort because it helps visualize current workflows and what the ideal workflow should look like after changes. Next, we have business process re-engineering, BPR. This is a more aggressive approach compared to simple process improvement. With BPR, you aren't just making small tweaks, you're fundamentally rethinking how the business process works. The goal is to achieve dramatic improvements in performance. For example, a retail company may redesign its entire supply chain to accommodate e-commerce, creating faster delivery times and better customer satisfaction. Business process management, BPM, is a holistic approach that focuses on continuous improvement. With BPM, you're constantly aligning processes with business objectives. Unlike BPR, which is a one-time overhaul, BPM is an ongoing effort. For organizations that are continually evolving, BPM ensures that processes keep pace with strategic goals. Closely related is business process redesign. While BPR focuses on radical change, process redesign involves evaluating and improving processes, often through automation or restructuring. This tool helps you identify inefficiencies and streamline workflows. When we talk about process streamlining, the focus is on simplification, removing unnecessary steps and ensuring that resources are allocated efficiently. This tool is widely used when there's a need to cut costs or reduce the time taken to complete a task. Process dependency modeling is critical for understanding interconnected processes. In large organizations, processes are rarely isolated. A change in one process often affects several others. By mapping dependencies, we can anticipate the ripple effects of changes and manage risk more effectively. Next is the workflow diagram, which is perhaps one of the most commonly used tools in business analysis. A workflow diagram gives a step-by-step breakdown of tasks, roles, and decision points in a process. This makes it easier for teams to visualize who is responsible for what and how tasks flow from one person to another. Swim lane diagrams take this a step further by dividing a workflow into lanes based on departments or roles. This makes it clear which team or individual is responsible for each step of the process, eliminating ambiguity. Finally, business activity modeling helps us understand the dynamic activities within a business. It focuses on breaking down complex workflows into activities and understanding how these activities contribute to business goals. Similarly, event analysis identifies trigger points that set off a chain of activities. By understanding these events, organizations can become more responsive and proactive. Together, these tools give business analysts the ability to understand, optimize, and innovate processes, which is foundational to delivering value in any transformation program. Communication and requirements gathering are at the heart of business analysis, and this slide focuses on the tools that facilitate this essential part of the business analyst's role. Whether you're gathering requirements for a new system, re-engineering a business process, or conducting a strategic review, clear communication and comprehensive requirements gathering are critical to success. Let's start with interviewing. Interviewing stakeholders is one of the most fundamental ways business analysts gather information. Whether it's one-on-one interviews or focus group discussions, interviews allow us to dig deep into stakeholder needs. For example, when designing a new customer relationship management (CRM) system, a business analyst might interview sales teams, customer service representatives, and marketing professionals to understand their pain points and requirements. Next, we have workshops. Workshops are collaborative sessions where stakeholders come together to discuss requirements, brainstorm solutions, and reach consensus. They are particularly useful when there are multiple stakeholders with diverse needs. For example, in a process improvement project, a workshop might bring together operational managers, IT teams, and finance to ensure that the new process meets everyone's objectives. Questionnaires are a structured way to gather information from a large number of stakeholders. They are particularly useful when you need detailed input from a large group, such as when conducting market research or gathering feedback from users across multiple locations. A well-designed questionnaire ensures that you collect consistent data that can be analyzed effectively. Another key tool is document analysis, which involves reviewing existing documents to understand current processes, system requirements, and business rules. For example, a business analyst might review standard operating procedures, system manuals, or historical performance reports to get a complete picture of how a business operates today and identify opportunities for improvement. Record searching is a technique used to review historical records to identify trends, anomalies, or insights. This is particularly useful in industries like finance or healthcare, where historical data plays a significant role in forecasting future trends or understanding past challenges. Special purpose records are unique datasets created for a specific analysis. For instance, in a retail business, special purpose records could be created to track customer foot traffic during a promotional campaign. These records are highly specific and provide targeted insights into unique aspects of the business. Prototyping is another valuable tool for gathering requirements, especially in system design. By creating a prototype, a simplified version of the final product, business analysts can gather feedback from users early in the development process. For example, a prototype of a new mobile app might be shown to users to test usability and gather feedback before full-scale development begins. Next, we have user acceptance testing, UAT. This is the final phase of testing before a system goes live, where real users test the system to ensure it meets their needs. UAT is critical in ensuring that the system functions as expected and that any bugs or usability issues are addressed before the system is launched. Screen navigation design focuses on how users move through a system's interface. Clear and intuitive navigation is critical for ensuring that users can complete their tasks efficiently. For example, in a new e-commerce website, well-designed navigation ensures that customers can easily find products, add them to their cart, and complete the checkout process. Finally, the user interface object model defines the objects that appear on a system's interface and how they interact with one another. This tool ensures that the user experience is consistent and intuitive across different parts of the system, enhancing usability and overall satisfaction. Mastering these communication and requirements gathering tools ensures that business analysts collect the right information from the right people, ensuring that the final solution meets both business and user needs. Now let's discuss the business analysis and decision-making frameworks that are fundamental for any business analyst aiming to influence strategic decision-making. In today's fast-moving business environment, decisions need to be made with precision and foresight. These frameworks are not just theoretical, they offer practical structures for analyzing complex situations, assessing risks, and making informed decisions. We start with SWOT analysis, one of the most widely used tools in strategic planning. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It provides a comprehensive picture of the internal and external factors that can affect an organization's success. For instance, a healthcare company might identify its strong research capabilities as a strength, while recognizing regulatory hurdles as a threat. By laying out these factors, a SWOT analysis helps businesses align their strategies to their capabilities and risks. Next is PESTLE analysis, which focuses on external factors that impact an organization. These include political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental factors. For example, a company operating in multiple countries would use PESTLE to assess how global trade regulations or environmental laws might impact its operations. PESTLE helps organizations adapt to external forces that could impact their long-term strategy. Another powerful tool is the 5 Forces analysis, developed by Michael Porter. This framework helps organizations evaluate the competitive pressures they face. The 5 forces, competitive rivalry, buyer power, supplier power, threat of new entrants, and threat of substitutes, help organizations understand where they stand in their industry. For instance, an airline might use this analysis to gauge how supplier relationships, aircraft manufacturers, or the threat of substitutes, high-speed trains, might affect profitability. The MOST analysis tool is another strategic framework that defines a company's mission, objectives, strategy, and tactics. It ensures that all organizational actions align with strategic goals. For example, a mission to become a market leader in sustainable products would inform objectives like increasing eco-friendly product lines or reducing carbon footprints. Moving on to CATWO analysis, this is a problem-solving tool that considers multiple perspectives: customers, actors, transformation process, worldview, owner, and environmental constraints. It's particularly useful when stakeholders have conflicting priorities. For instance, in a public infrastructure project, balancing the needs of local communities with the government's strategic goals might require this level of nuanced analysis. The BCG matrix is a portfolio management tool that classifies a company's products or services based on market growth and market share. It helps companies decide which products to invest in and which to divest. For example, products classified as cash cows generate consistent revenue but don't require significant investment, while stars need continued investment to maintain their growth. One of the most popular performance measurement frameworks is the Balanced Business Scorecard. This tool goes beyond financial metrics to assess performance across four key areas: financial, customer, internal processes, and learning and growth. For example, an organization might measure customer satisfaction alongside revenue growth, ensuring a balanced view of success. Payback calculation is a straightforward tool used to calculate how long it will take for an investment to repay its initial costs. It's particularly useful for evaluating short-term projects where speed of return is critical. For longer-term investment analysis, the discounted cash flow (DCF) and net present value (NPV) tools are essential. They estimate future cash flows and discount them to the present value, allowing businesses to compare investment opportunities based on their future profitability. Lastly, the internal rate of return (IRR) tool helps companies calculate the profitability of investments. IRR provides a percentage return that allows businesses to compare the efficiency of different projects and choose the ones that offer the best return on investment. Collectively, these tools provide a comprehensive toolkit for business analysts to make informed decisions, align strategies with objectives, and ensure that investments are well planned and profitable. Let's now turn to stakeholder and role analysis tools, which are critical for ensuring that business initiatives are successfully executed and have buy-in from the right people. Every transformation project or process improvement initiative has multiple stakeholders, and understanding their needs, roles, and influences is essential for success. These tools help business analysts navigate complex stakeholder landscapes and ensure that everyone is aligned with the project's goals. We begin with business roles definition. This tool is about clarifying responsibilities. When we define roles clearly, there's less ambiguity, and people know exactly what is expected of them. For example, in a major system implementation, you need to clearly define the roles of the project manager, business analyst, and technical team to avoid role overlap and ensure accountability. Well-defined roles lead to better coordination and smoother project execution. Next, we have the power interest grid, which is used to categorize stakeholders based on their level of power and interest in the project. Stakeholders with high power and high interest, such as senior executives, need to be managed closely, while stakeholders with low power and low interest require less attention. This helps business analysts tailor engagement strategies to ensure stakeholders are appropriately involved in decision-making without overwhelming them. Stakeholder analysis is another critical tool. It identifies who the key stakeholders are, what their interests are, and how they can influence the project. By mapping out stakeholders and understanding their concerns, business analysts can anticipate objections, manage expectations, and build strong relationships with the people who will be impacted by the project. Moving on to use case diagrams, these are visual tools that depict how users, or actors, interact with a system. They help business analysts understand functional requirements by mapping out the different ways users will interact with the system. For example, in a retail software system, use case diagrams might outline how customers browse products, add items to a cart, and complete a purchase. Use case descriptions complement these diagrams by providing detailed narratives for each use case. These descriptions lay out the step-by-step interactions users will have with the system, ensuring that developers and stakeholders have a clear understanding of system functionality. The context diagram is another essential tool for business analysts. It shows how the system interacts with external entities, such as other systems, departments, or users, helping to define the boundaries of the system. This tool is particularly useful in complex projects where multiple systems need to integrate seamlessly. Rich pictures are a more informal way of visualizing complex situations. They capture relationships, problems, and challenges in a single image, providing a high-level overview that is easy to understand. This tool is especially useful in the early stages of a project when you're still defining the scope and trying to get a handle on all the moving parts. Business scenario modeling is a technique used to simulate different business scenarios and predict outcomes. This tool helps organizations evaluate different strategic options and choose the one that is most likely to succeed. For example, a retail company might model various scenarios around product launches, considering factors like market conditions, customer behavior, and competitor actions. The functional dependency diagram helps us understand how different system functions are interdependent. For instance, in a supply chain management system, the procurement process might be dependent on inventory levels. By mapping these dependencies, business analysts ensure that any changes to one function won't inadvertently affect others. Finally, the sequence diagram provides a step-by-step visualization of how different components or objects in a system interact over time. It's particularly useful in software development, where it helps ensure that processes are logically ordered and interactions between system components are efficient. These stakeholder and role analysis tools ensure that everyone involved in a project is aligned, expectations are managed, and potential conflicts are minimized. Mastering these tools enables business analysts to navigate complex stakeholder dynamics and drive projects to success. As we move forward, let's shift our focus to another essential area for business analysts: data and information modeling tools. In today's data-driven world, understanding and leveraging data is paramount to the success of any business initiative. These tools help us create blueprints for data management, ensuring that the information flowing through an organization is organized, accurate, and actionable. Let's begin with the Logical Data Model, LDM. The LDM is a high-level representation of how data is structured. It defines entities, attributes, and relationships without getting into the technicalities of database design. This model is used to ensure that the business requirements are captured and translated into data requirements. Whether you're working in finance, healthcare, or manufacturing, an LDM helps maintain data integrity across systems. The Entity Relationship Diagram, ERD, builds on this by visually representing the relationships between different data entities. For instance, in a retail system, entities like customers, orders, and products will be linked by various relationships. ERDs are fundamental in designing databases because they make it easy to see how data flows through a system. Next is the class model, which is commonly used in object-oriented programming. This model defines classes, their attributes, and behaviors, essentially turning real-world objects into components of a system. For example, in a banking system, classes like account and customer will have specific attributes such as account number, balance, and customer ID. Now, let's talk about relational data analysis. This is where we analyze how data tables relate to one another in a relational database. It helps ensure that the data can be queried efficiently and that there is no redundancy. For instance, in a CRM system, we want to ensure that customer information is stored in one place, with no duplicate records across different tables. Object Role Models, ORM, take a different approach, visualizing relationships between objects in a business system. ORM helps ensure clarity in interactions between system objects. For instance, in an e-commerce system, an object like customer might interact with other objects like cart and order. Object interaction collaboration diagrams illustrate how objects collaborate by exchanging messages to complete a task. These diagrams are particularly useful in system development, as they help developers and analysts visualize the flow of communication between components. Object dynamic models track how objects change over time. This tool ensures that a system behaves consistently as the states of objects shift. For example, a product might move from an in-stock state to a sold-out state in an inventory system. Another essential tool is the Object Interface Object Model, which defines how different objects within a system interact. It's crucial for creating systems that work seamlessly, ensuring that interfaces between different modules or components are clearly defined. Moving on to high-level data flow diagrams, DFD, these diagrams offer a bird's-eye view of how data moves through a system. By showing the flow of data between processes and external entities, a DFD ensures that data management aligns with business needs. Finally, the data flow diagram, DFD, is a more detailed version of the high-level DFD. It captures every single data interaction within a system, providing an exhaustive view of data movement, storage, and processing. Each of these tools ensures that data within a business is well organized, accessible, and actionable. In an age where data is the most valuable asset, mastering these tools allows business analysts to optimize data architecture, ensure data quality, and deliver actionable insights. The next set of tools focuses on system and technical modeling, which are essential for designing systems that meet both business and technical requirements. These tools help bridge the gap between the business side of a project and the technical side, ensuring that IT solutions align with business needs. We begin with the technical architecture model, which is a blueprint of how a system's technical components, such as hardware, software, networks, and databases, are structured. This model ensures that the infrastructure supports the business's goals and requirements. For instance, in a cloud migration project, the technical architecture model might outline how on-premises systems will be integrated with cloud services to ensure scalability and performance. Next is system event modeling, which identifies the key events that trigger processes within a system. Understanding these events ensures that the system responds effectively to both internal and external stimuli. For example, in a banking system, an event might be a customer initiating a funds transfer, which triggers a series of processes like validating account balances and updating transaction histories. The state transition diagram visualizes how a system moves from one state to another in response to events. This is particularly useful in systems where objects or entities change states frequently. For example, in a project management system, a task might move from in progress to completed after a series of actions are performed. State machine diagrams go a step further by showing all possible states of an object and the transitions between them. These diagrams help ensure that systems behave predictably and consistently, particularly in complex software systems where multiple states exist. The object dynamic model tracks how objects in a system change over time. This tool ensures that a system's behavior aligns with business rules and real-world scenarios. For example, in an inventory management system, a product state might change from in stock to sold out, and the system needs to handle this change appropriately. Screen navigation design focuses on creating intuitive pathways for users to navigate through a system. Whether it's an enterprise application or a customer-facing website, clear and logical screen navigation improves usability and efficiency. For instance, an employee portal might need to offer quick access to tools like payroll, leave management, and performance reviews, all through a user-friendly interface. The sequence diagram shows the order of interactions between components or objects in a system. This tool is especially useful in software development, as it helps developers and analysts understand the flow of messages between different parts of a system. For example, in an e-commerce application, a sequence diagram might show how the system handles a product search, adds an item to the cart, and processes payment. System event modeling is a critical tool for ensuring that the system behaves as expected when certain events occur. For example, a payroll system might need to automatically generate payroll reports at the end of every month, triggered by the completion of the monthly accounting cycle. The functional dependency diagram helps us understand how different functions within a system depend on one another. This ensures that changes in one function do not inadvertently disrupt others. For instance, in a healthcare management system, patient data might be shared between departments like billing, medical records, and appointments, and the diagram helps track these dependencies. Finally, the network architecture plan defines how the different components of a system, such as servers, user devices, and cloud services, will communicate with one another. In large-scale implementations, this plan is critical for ensuring data flows seamlessly across the organization and that systems remain secure and scalable. These technical modeling tools ensure that systems are designed with both efficiency and scalability in mind, helping business analysts work closely with IT teams to deliver robust solutions that align with business objectives. Let's conclude with organizational structure and strategy tools, frameworks that help business analysts align organizational processes and strategies with business objectives. These tools are essential for ensuring that business initiatives are executed in a structured, coherent manner, with clear roles, responsibilities, and performance metrics. We begin with the functional hierarchy tool, which outlines the hierarchical structure of functions within an organization. This tool ensures that the functions and roles are aligned with strategic business goals. For instance, in a large corporation, the functional hierarchy might show how the marketing department is structured into sub-functions like digital marketing, brand management, and public relations. This clarity helps in better decision-making and resource allocation. The organization chart is another foundational tool that visually represents the structure of the organization. It shows the relationships between roles, responsibilities, and reporting lines. For example, in a rapidly growing startup, an organization chart might help define clear reporting structures to avoid confusion and overlapping responsibilities as the company scales. Next is the business object model, which represents real-world entities, like customers, products, and orders, within a business and shows their relationships. This model is crucial in designing IT systems that align with business processes, ensuring that the system meets both operational and strategic goals. The Balanced Business Scorecard is a powerful tool for measuring performance. It goes beyond traditional financial metrics by also measuring performance across three other areas: customer satisfaction, internal processes, and learning and growth. This ensures a more balanced and comprehensive approach to performance management. For example, an organization might set goals not just for increasing revenue, but also for improving customer retention and streamlining internal operations. Key performance indicators, KPIs, are another essential tool. KPIs are quantifiable metrics that measure the success of an organization in achieving its objectives. For example, a tech company might track KPIs such as monthly active users, customer acquisition cost, and churn rate. By focusing on the right KPIs, organizations can ensure they are on track to meet their strategic goals. The resource audit is a tool used to analyze the resources an organization has at its disposal, including financial resources, human capital, and technological assets. This audit helps organizations identify strengths and gaps, enabling them to allocate resources more effectively. For example, a manufacturing company might discover that its aging equipment is slowing down production and decide to invest in new machinery. Moving on to benefits management, this tool focuses on ensuring that the expected benefits from a project or transformation initiative are actually realized. It's not enough to simply implement a solution. The benefits must be tracked, measured, and aligned with the business's overall strategic goals. Benefits realization is closely related to benefits management. It tracks the actual benefits delivered by a project and ensures they align with the expected outcomes. For instance, after a digital transformation initiative, a business might measure whether the expected improvements in customer satisfaction and operational efficiency have been realized. Finally, financial analysis is a critical tool for assessing the financial performance, profitability, and cost-effectiveness of business initiatives. By analyzing key financial As we wrap up today's session, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've been through. The objective of this session was to introduce you to the essential tools and frameworks that every business analyst needs to master in the modern digital era. We've covered a comprehensive range of tools, spanning from process modeling and data analysis, to stakeholder engagement and strategic decision-making frameworks, all of which are indispensable in delivering successful business transformations. We began by discussing the importance of business analysis in today's rapidly evolving business landscape. As AI and digital technologies continue to revolutionize industries, the role of business analysts is becoming more critical than ever. It's clear that the ability to understand, model, and improve processes is a core competency in navigating these changes. Whether you're working in healthcare, finance, retail, or any other sector, business analysis offers the tools and frameworks needed to drive innovation, improve efficiency, and align strategies with business goals. Throughout this session, we've introduced 70 tools, grouped into 7 key areas. 1. Process and workflow modeling tools that help streamline operations and ensure processes are aligned with business objectives. 2. Data and information modeling tools that allow for structured, efficient data management, a crucial asset in today's data-driven world. 3. Business analysis and decision-making frameworks that provide the structure needed to make informed, strategic decisions. 4. Stakeholder and role analysis tools that enable you to navigate complex stakeholder landscapes and ensure all voices are heard and aligned. 5. Communication and requirements gathering tools that facilitate clear, actionable communication and comprehensive requirements gathering. 6. System and technical modeling tools that ensure systems are designed efficiently and are scalable to meet growing demands. 7. Organizational structure and strategy tools that help align processes, strategies, and performance metrics with overarching business goals. The primary goal of this session was to give you a bird's-eye view of these tools, their purpose, how they are applied, and why they are essential for any business analyst in the digital age. Each of these tools plays a key role in ensuring that business decisions are backed by data, processes are optimized, and stakeholders are effectively engaged. However, while today's session provided a broad introduction to the scope of these tools, we've only scratched the surface. To truly understand the depth and application of each tool, it's essential to explore them in greater detail. That's why I want to invite all of you to join our follow-up sessions, where we will dive into each of these tools more comprehensively. In these sessions, we'll explore real-world case studies, practical examples, and detailed walkthroughs of how to implement these tools in different business scenarios. In the upcoming sessions, we will focus on each category, providing a step-by-step guide on how to use each tool effectively. Whether it's using SWOT analysis to create a strategic plan, building a data flow diagram for a new system implementation, or applying a balanced scorecard to measure performance across your organization, these detailed sessions will equip you with the practical knowledge to apply these tools in your day-to-day work. For those of you looking to deepen your expertise and bring more value to your organizations, this is an opportunity to gain hands-on experience with each tool, learn best practices, and discuss challenges and solutions with your peers. Call to action. So, as we close today's session, I encourage each of you to take the next step. Register for the upcoming detailed sessions, where we will focus on practical application and real-world usage of each of these tools. These sessions will give you the opportunity to understand how to apply each tool in different business contexts, practice using these tools with real-world examples and scenarios, collaborate with your peers to discuss challenges, share insights, and enhance your understanding. Learn how to integrate these tools into your day-to-day workflows to drive strategic decisions and improve efficiency. The tools we've discussed today are more than just theoretical frameworks, they are actionable, practical, and applicable across all industries. Whether you're a senior executive, project manager, or a business analyst, mastering these tools will enable you to lead with confidence, drive results, and create sustainable value for your organization. Thank you for your time and engagement today. I look forward to seeing all of you in our upcoming sessions where we'll explore each of these tools in depth and work towards becoming the strategic business leaders of tomorrow.